Welcome back. This afternoon, you're listening to the Todd Laborowitz Show, Real Estate Radio and Sound Broadcast Network, WRC 1260 AM. I am your host, Todd Laborowitz, and we are speaking with Kyle Bayliss, Regional Director of Maryland Small Business and Technology Development Center. For over 25 years, Kyle has been a thought leader in areas of business management consultant, international, domestic business development, high-tech innovation, and award-winning marketing strategy. Now, the real estate market is focused on buying and selling of residential homes, and a big part of those buying a new home are the folks that run or work for a small business. And what we have today with us is the Maryland Small Business and Technology Development Center that is helping a lot of small businesses in our area. Can you explain a little bit further?
Sure. Our organization is part of the University of Maryland. We're a grant-based organization through the SBA, so that's how we get our funding. We're a statewide organization, and we're broken up into 5 different regions. Our primary focus is to provide no-cost, one-on-one business counseling for small businesses, and it doesn't matter, what part of the life cycle the business is in. It could be startup to I want to sell my company. And we have experts, and if we don't have that expertise internally, then we know where to send people to find it.
Now, you're a part of a large organization that's nationwide, because this is something that's been around since 1988.
Right. It was formed in 1980 by Congress and administered through the SBA. The Maryland SBDC was established in 1989, and we've been supporting small businesses since then. The primary focus, obviously, for us is economic development. We want to create jobs, create businesses, employ people, have people employed, and it's a great job. It really is for me. I get to live vicariously through all these businesses and not have to take the risk, but participate in the reward. So,
well, how did you get involved with the Maryland Small Business and Technology Development Center? God, it's such a long statement.
Yeah, it is, and it may change. I had my own business consulting firm for a while, and I decided to sell out and do something completely different and give back, you might say, to the community. And I wanted to do something in academia. And so this isn't academia, but we are still part of the University of Maryland. And I went through the 80s and the telecom boom and the tech boom and started companies and bankruptcies and everything else. And I just felt like I had a really good base knowledge that I could share with small businesses.
And you help a lot of people.
We do. We are a statewide organization, and we try to focus on 3 main areas when we're counseling our clients, and it's called money management and marketing. And so the money part is, we help people get access to capital, and it could be either debt or equity. That's one area, and we're really good at it, by the way.
Is that through free seminars, or is there workshops people go to for that?
Well, we do have workshops on how to find financing, but when it comes down to wanting to actually apply for a loan, they can come to us, and we will actually help them package their loan so they can present it to the bank or whatever type of lender they're looking for.
Is there a cost associated with that?
Not at all. We call it no cost. It's paid for by the taxpayers' dollars. But do you have
a waiting list? Is this? I would think people would be lined up around the.
On average, our counselors have about a 2-week waiting list to make an appointment. Yes.
How can people get in touch with you guys to make an appointment?
Well, you could go to our website, which is www.mdsbtdc.org.
Okay. Or if you want to I can offer our listeners an opportunity to call me.
Sure.
Ask where you can get the SBA loans. Call or text me at 301-467-8444. That number again is 301-467-8444. By the way, if you're just tuning in, I have with me Kyle Bayliss, Regional Director of Maryland Small Business and Technology Development Center. And I am your host, Todd Laborowitz, and you're listening to Salem Broadcast Network, WRC 1260 AM. Now, Kyle, we were talking about a 504 loan, and it sounded very interesting. Can you explain that?
Yeah, this will be very interesting, I think, to most of your listeners. And one of the SBA guaranteed loans that we help package is called the 504 loan. And the 504 loan allows a business owner to buy their building or to buy a building. And that's the only way, this is the only type of loan that the SBA has that will allow a business owner to do that. They can also use the money to buy equipment or even to build out an existing location. And the great thing about it is typically when someone comes to us and they say, I want to get a loan, I want to get an SBA loan, we say, no, you don't. You want to first just try to get a loan on your own because there's so much paperwork and you pay more to have an SBA loan. So of the SBA guaranteed loans, the 504 loan is the best one because the interest rates, you can't beat them.
Wow.
It's and how it's structured is 50% from a commercial bank and 40% from 10% from the buyer, and then 40% from a debenture, which is sold on Wall Street. And so those are the three key. And debentures are connected to Treasury bills, so you know that those interest rates are super low, and so you add all those together, it's probably the lowest commercial rate you could possibly find.
So the best thing to do is get them in touch with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you also have training services and workshops. Can you tell us some more about the workshops? I mean, they're not all free.
No. We do charge. We have two types of workshops. We have workshops that are 1 to 2 hours, maybe 3 hours in some cases, on how to write a business plan, how to find financing, even how to network, all kinds of good things that business owners should know about. And then we also have executive training programs. And one in particular we have is called CEO Accelerator. And that's really focused on the growth businesses. Those are the ones that the criteria we use is they are billing at least $500,000 a year and they're cash positive. And so it's amazing, despite their success, how little they know about managing a business. Some of them have never done a break-even analysis, or some of the simple financial things that they should understand. So we try to equip them with that information so they can take their business to the next level. Now,
these workshops, I noticed there's a calendar on your website.
Yes,
and you have a lot of different types. Like one says how and where to get financing. Another is marketing your business online and social media marketing.
Yeah.
Writing a winning business plan, SBA loan programs. These are a lot of knowledgeable things. How can our listeners get involved?
We have a central calendar with all these workshops that they can go to the website that I mentioned earlier. We have 5 different regions within the state of Maryland. And so all our workshops are across the state. So, you may be in Frederick or Germantown, but we may be holding a workshop in Frederick. So that will be there, even though they're not considered part of a region, out of a region. So
it's spread out pretty much.
Yeah, and then we also post a lot of our workshops on calendars, or what we call our resource partners. People like the Chamber of Commerce of Prince George's County, or the Montgomery County Department of Economic Development, places like that.
Oh. Well, let me ask you real quick: is regulations? Every small business has to get certain certifications, and you guys provide some of those.
We will certainly give them direction on how to achieve certifications. There's a website in Maryland called Bayliss, and don't ask me what it stands for, but basically you go to if you Google Bayliss, it'll come up, and you put basically the type of business that you want to start, and it'll give you a list of whether or not you need any licensing or any sort of
So BLISS,
just S,
just one S.
Yeah.
.com.
Yeah. And it's a great place to start, just to find out what you need to have to get in to go into business. And then we also work with some of the SBA certification programs, like women-owned businesses, veteran disabled certifications, 8A certifications, those types of certifications as well. Yeah.
Well, Kyle, I appreciate all that you do, because this is definitely helping drive the small business market, which we need. Is there anything you'd like to offer our listeners while we have them?
Yeah, actually, we would like to offer to your listeners 4 free workshops, and
thank you.
And you however you want to.
Okay. Well, what I'd like to do is offer you, our listeners, the opportunity to get a free workshop. The first 4 people that respond, call or text me at 301-467-8444. That number again is 301-467-8444, and just put Kyle. And Kyle, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Well, coming up next Saturday at 1 p.m., we'll be talking with Jackie at Manna Food Center. They are a nonprofit organization that strives to eliminate hunger in Montgomery County through food distribution, education, and advocacy. Tune in to the Todd Laborowitz Show next Saturday, June 21st at 1 p.m. right here on Salem Broadcast Network, WRC 1260 AM. You need the inside scoop. I also want to thank our producer, Craig Gilner. We appreciate all the hard work you do to put the show together each week. Also, thank you to Ellie Vandegrift, our photographer and editor for our website.
Investors endured 2 devastating bear market corrections since the year 2000. Unfortunately, many people still haven't recovered from their losses. Yet our clients tell a different story. I'm Jim Musgrave with Research Financial Strategies. For investments that make money in both bull and bear markets, call me at 301-588-0514 or visit jimmusgrave.com to learn how Research Financial Strategies can benefit you, your family, and your business. Can you afford not to?